Once upon a chilling October night, in the heart of the small, fog-covered town of Ravenswood, something sinister stirred within the decrepit walls of an old mansion atop Hollow Hill. The mansion, with its ominous silhouette and shattered windows, was a stark contrast to the cozy homes that dotted the rest of the town. Its history was marred with tales of the macabre, and for generations, the locals had deemed it haunted. The story begins with the unfortunate tale of the Montgomery family, the last known residents of the mansion. Old Mr. Montgomery, a widower and father of two, was a well-respected man in the community. However, when he decided to remarry, his life took a dark turn. His new bride, Clarissa, was a woman of unparalleled beauty but sinister motives. She despised Mr. Montgomery's children, Elizabeth and Michael, and would often subject them to cruel treatment when their father was away. One fateful night, a violent argument broke out between Clarissa and Mr. Montgomery. In her rage, Clarissa uttered a curse upon the house and its inhabitants. The very next day, Mr. Montgomery was found dead in his study, his face contorted in an expression of sheer terror. Clarissa promptly vanished, leaving Elizabeth and Michael to the mercy of the haunted mansion. The children tried to leave, but the curse that Clarissa had placed on the house bound them to it. They could not cross the threshold without experiencing agonizing pain. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The townspeople, fearing the curse, abandoned the Montgomery children to their fate. As the years passed, the once magnificent mansion fell into ruin, and the tale of the haunting in Hollow Hill became a chilling legend passed down through generations. It was said that on foggy nights, one could hear the anguished cries of the Montgomery children and see the ghostly figure of Clarissa lurking in the shadows. Intrigued by the legend, a group of daring teenagers decided to venture into the mansion one Halloween night. Armed with flashlights and a camera, they climbed the hill, their laughter and bravado masking their underlying fear. As they entered the mansion, the temperature dropped, and a sense of unease filled the air. Undeterred, the teenagers explored the dilapidated rooms, their flashlights casting eerie shadows on the walls. It wasn't long before strange things began to happen. Doors slammed shut, trapping some of the teenagers in the rooms. Whispered voices filled the air, and ghostly apparitions appeared before their eyes. In their panic, the teenagers scattered, running in different directions. One by one, they felt the invisible hands of the Montgomery children, pulling them towards the mansion's dark secrets. They witnessed the argument between Clarissa and Mr. Montgomery, felt the father's terror as he drew his last breath, and heard Clarissa's haunting laughter as she vanished into the night. The teenagers, now pale and trembling, realized that they were not alone. The spirits of the Montgomery children were not the malevolent entities the legends had made them out to be. They were simply trapped, bound by the curse, and yearning for release. With newfound determination, the teenagers decided to help the Montgomery children. They scoured the mansion for any information on Clarissa and the curse she had placed on the house. After hours of searching, they stumbled upon Mr. Montgomery's old study, where they found his personal diary. The diary revealed the true story of Clarissa and her dark past. She was a witch, shunned by her own family, and seeking revenge on the world. The curse she had placed on the mansion was tied to a locket she had left behind, a locket that held a piece of her soul. Armed with this knowledge, the teenagers searched the mansion for the locket. They found it hidden in the attic, nestled among old dusty boxes. As they touched the locket, Clarissa's spirit appeared before them, her eyes filled with rage. A battle of wills ensued, with the teenagers using the power of their collective belief to weaken Clarissa's spirit. As they chanted words of release, the locket began to glow, and the mansion shook with the force of the battle. Finally, with a deafening roar, Clarissa's spirit was banished, and the curse was lifted. The mansion, now free from its dark past, began to transform. The shattered windows mended themselves, and the walls stood tall and proud once again. The spirits of the Montgomery children appeared before the teenagers, their faces filled with gratitude. With a gentle smile, they faded away, finally free to rest in peace. The teenagers, exhausted but triumphant, made their way out of the mansion, their hearts light with the knowledge that they had broken the curse of Hollow Hill. The town of Ravenswood, once plagued by the haunting, embraced the heroes, and the mansion atop Hollow Hill was restored, serving as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, bravery and belief can conquer all. And so ends the tale of the haunting in Hollow Hill, a story of darkness, redemption, and the enduring power of the human spirit.